Today we're checking out the Sousa Optics Raid. Out of the box, everything felt perfect about this sight. It just fit right in. The bulkiness, the weight, I just felt the quality straight out of the box. There's no dials or knobs, it's just two buttons and that handles everything. Here's a little before and after for you guys. Before, I did need some sort of riser for my old sight, but this one is actually just like a really nice size and height, so it just matches perfectly with my mesh mask. And now the pricing. This was only 60 bucks, but I paid $200 for my Vortex sight, and I'm just wondering how this will hold up against that, seeing that they have the same warranty, and this is meant for real steel weapons as well. So I am just going to be doing a part 2 later on after I have my fun with this in Airsoft and see how it holds up, because if it holds up just as much as my Vortex, this is going to be my new favorite sight, especially for the cost, and that they have the same warranty that if anything happens to it, no receipt needed, no nothing, just send it back and they will send you a brand new one. Here's my first time swapping out the risers, and the hex tool being in there was very nice because like I said, you never know where you are when you first open this thing, or if you forgot yours and you have an extra because of this. So yeah, 4 bolts off, 4 bolts on, and you are ready to go, especially with that little square alignment in the middle. It just makes sure that you're always on it exactly and it's not shifted at all, so the dot will always be as straight as possible. Let's go over all the contents in the box. First, you can see it's brightly colored, it's very nice, friendly. I'd want to pick this thing off the shelf. Opens up like an iPhone immediately. They have a nice pamphlet on here. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the sight and the warranty, which is actually very useful. No, there's nothing in there that's not useful of any information. Very nice of them to do that. Save me the time for reading. You have 2 options for risers. You have one that's no rise, and you have one from the factory that has, just a little bit of rise, enough to compensate for your mask or whatever you're going to have on. I believe it's enough for me especially. I tried it out with my mesh face mask for Airsoft and it was actually perfect. The construction feels very nice on this, very solid, and it's not just black painted. There's a nice coating there. The front lens obviously has that anti-glare thing. The adjustment, the zeroing stuff is very solid when you're going left or right or up and down. There's 2 buttons on this, but they serve a lot of purpose on here. It changes the reticle, changes the to night vision, changes the brightness, and also turns it off with just those 2 buttons, which is crazy. Very nice of them to include every tool you need with this sight, and it's also good to note that the torquey side of the Allen key, or the short side, actually reaches all the way through, even with the riser on here. So definitely going to be easy to change this out in the field, even if you just took the box itself and want the lowered version. Next, we have the zeroing tool here. Very nice of them to include this, even though usually companies would just be like, everybody has a screwdriver, just use a screwdriver, but that one fits in the pocket. And they added my favorite sauce packet in there. Very nice. And finally, a towel to clean your mouth when you're done eating the silica gel. And finally, the last tool that you're going to need here, it's the wrench to tighten it on. Very nice. But you don't really need that because hand tightening did it for me, especially if I'm going to go airsofting and I might swap this out midday. So if you're putting on a real steel though, of course, tighten it as much as you can just to get the maximum perfection or whatever. Anyway, here's everything that's in the box. Just to let you guys know, I am actually going to take this out airsofting, especially since this AK is pretty much virgin internals. If anything, I made it better, so I'm going to have a good experience. And I bought a new camera, so I will be taking that with me to the airsoft field, and you guys will have multiple points of footage. See you guys next time.